Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are plunging right into, well, a cultural sensation, really. It's all glitter, guessing games, and those moments that make you gasp. Yeah, we're talking The Masked Singer.
That moment of, who is it?
Right, exactly. You know the feeling, these incredible, sometimes just bonkers, costumes, voices you'd never expect, and that single question driving everyone wild. It's huge, globally huge, and honestly, I find the whole thing just fascinating.
It really has tapped into something special, hasn't it? Its appeal, I think, is that unique, it's the music, obviously, but also that deep mystery and pure spectacle. It pulls you in.
It really does.
It gets you invested in figuring it out.
Yeah.
But underneath all that fun and guesswork, there's this incredibly complex, almost like military-grade operation going on behind the scenes.
Totally. And that's what we're doing today. We're not just going to sit here guessing who's behind the mask this week or trying to figure out the latest clue package. Nope. Our mission for this deep dive is to go way beyond the surface. We want to pull back the curtain, not on a celebrity, but on how this whole massive show actually works. We're talking about the insane levels of secrecy. I mean, almost unbelievable secrecy.
Right.
And the just breathtaking artistry that makes it all happen season after season.
That's the plan. We want to shine a light on those, hidden mechanics. Everything from the security, which is next level, really safeguarding identities, to the design, the engineering that goes into every single one of those amazing costumes.
Yeah.
And we'll even get into what the stars themselves say about the experience, what it's actually like inside the mask. We'll look at fan theories, facts, the logistics. Hopefully, you'll come away with a whole new appreciation for the wizardry involved.
Wizardry is a good word for it. It sounds like a mix of showbiz and espionage.
You could say that. It really is a balancing act.
Okay, let's start with that secrecy then, because it's not just tight security. It sounds almost legendary. Executive producer Craig Plestis, he actually described the experience for the celebs as being like being in lockdown at a government facility.
Wow.
A government facility. That's intense. It says everything about how vital keeping those identities secret is.
It absolutely does, and it's not an exaggeration. The whole show hinges on that reveal. If identities leak, the magic is gone. Plestis said it himself. It's an experience unlike you've ever experienced on any show, movie, whatever you've done before.
Huh.
The mystery is the show. So protecting that secret, it's job number one for absolutely everyone involved. It's not just about entertainment. It's about building this huge anticipation, making that unmasking a genuine event in a world where, let's face it, spoilers are everywhere.
That makes sense. And it's not just the producers saying this stuff. Jenny McCarthy, right, one of the judges, she compared the show's confidentiality level to Game of Thrones script.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Saying how compartmentalized everything is on set, it really paints this picture where, like Plestis said, maybe the best job to have on The Masked Singer is to be part of the security detail. Makes you wonder if we, as viewers, are just starved for genuine surprises these days.
I think maybe we are. And that comparison to Game of Thrones is spot on because it shows security isn't just like a side thing. It's baked into everything they do.
Right.
It's about protecting the core value proposition of the show. It's this intense, almost classified feeling that ensures hardly anyone knows the secret, keeping that aha moment pure for pretty much everyone, even most of the crew.
So, okay, if the set feels like Fort Knox, what about the day-to-day for the celebrities themselves when they're not performing? How do they just disappear? Let's get into that backstage protocol. It sounds like they become ghosts.
They really do.
Yeah.
You've probably seen those black hoodies on TV, the famous "Don't Talk to Me" ones.
Yep.
But the actual getup they wear backstage to be completely anonymous. It's way, way more involved than just a hoodie. We're talking multiple layers, balaclavas covering it, the whole head, visors over the face, gloves, zero skin showing. Period.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes they even wear extra sweatshirts or padding under their clothes to change their body shape, how they walk, everything. Anything that could possibly be a clue. A tattoo, hair color, even just recognizable build. It's all hidden. It's total concealment.
Man, imagine how uncomfortable that must be. Gloria Hunniford, Snow Leopard on the UK show, she talked about how hot and restrictive those backstage outfits were, sometimes even worse than the actual performance costume. She said the balaclava every time she left her trailer was just awful. And it's not just clothes, even their stuff, like bags, has to be generic. Mel B's Scary Spice. She's Seahorse, right? She almost blew her cover because she brought some leopard print stuff onto the set. Security apparently came down on her like, nope, plain black bags only. Every single detail is managed.
Every detail. And then there's the silence rule. It's incredibly strict. Contestants cannot speak out loud in their normal voice.
Yeah, at all.
Except maybe to one or two approved producers or the choreographer.
Seriously?
Yeah. The speaking voices you hear in the clue packages, those are heavily distorted, electronically changed. Even in rehearsals, if they need to say something, they whisper it to a producer who then passes it on.
Wow.
One former contestant said even just waving at someone could get you a real telling off from the security team. It's about eliminating every possible clue, visual and audible. Total lockdown.
Vocal lockdown, visual lockdown.
It's intense. And this separation, it extends to the whole set, right? Like two different worlds coexisting.
Completely separate worlds. Craig Plestis explained it. Judges are kept in one area of the studio lot, contestants in a totally different sequestered area. They never cross paths.
Never.
Never. And get this, during contestant rehearsals, they shut off all the audio feeds to the judges' area. No chance of accidental eavesdropping. The celebs are totally isolated with security around them. It's a physical and sensory bubble. That's incredible. Jenny McCarthy even said she found out about this secret celebrity land of fun, as she called it, where they hang out, by reading a news article after being on the show for ages.
See? It just shows how airtight that separation is. Even the contestants don't know who else is competing. Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken. They confirmed it. They had no idea who the other singers were, only heard them perform, maybe from a distance. It's a totally solitary experience until that mask comes off.
And the secrecy starts before they even get near the studio, doesn't it? The transport sounds like something out of a spy movie.
It really does. Blacked out cars pick them up. Often the drivers themselves have no clue who is actually in the back of their car.
Seriously, blind transport.
Pretty much. And to dodge paparazzi, who are obviously trying to get that scoop, they sometimes use double cars. The celeb gets picked up, driven to some random third-party spot, and then switches to another blacked-out car to go to the studio. It's an external strategy, too.
That's elaborate.
It's super elaborate. One contestant said the drivers were really serious, wouldn't let them take their mask off, even miles away from the studio. They described it feeling like being near Chernobyl, just total isolation.
What a comparison.
And yeah, everyone involved, drivers included, signs ironclad NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, break those, and you're in serious trouble. It shows the absolute commitment to keeping that secret safe.
Okay, so with all the spy level stuff, who actually knows? Who holds the key to the kingdom? It can't be many people in a crew that large.
You're right, it's incredibly small, highly, highly vetted. Plus, to said it's just a handful of people. Maybe around 6 key production folks out of a team of like 250 people.
6 out of 250, wow.
Yeah, usually a couple of top producers, someone central from the Clues team, maybe the main makeup artist who deals with any tiny bits of exposed skin, and one key person from the costume department for fittings. That's basically it. Everyone else, totally in the dark.
That's amazing trust.
Huge trust and responsibility. Even Nick Cannon, the host, apparently only finds out identities either just before the reveal or maybe after the first few rounds, not right at the start. And they use code names, even after someone's unmasked. Like Alan Johnson, the politician who was Pharaoh, he was called Stamp.
Yeah.
Patsy Palmer, the actress who was Butterfly. Just square. It keeps that formal separation going, avoids accidental slips on set.
Jam it square. Okay.
It just underlines how critical protecting that core mystery is and how disciplined the team has to be. It's impressive they pull it off season after season.
Absolutely. So, okay, secrecy is paramount. But the other huge unmissable element is, of course, the costumes. They're not just disguises. They're the main event half the time.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
If the identity is the secret, the costumes are the spectacle.
Yeah.
They are the stars you can see.
Let's talk about the people behind them, especially Marina Toybina for the U.S. show. Her work is just iconic. You see one, you know it's from the show.
She's phenomenal, a 4-time Emmy winner, and her background is perfect for this. She started in high fashion, had her own clothing line, then shifted into designing for music acts, dancers.
Right.
So she brings this amazing blend of like couture sensibility, the detail, the silhouette, and practical performance knowledge. She understands how people need to move, breathe, exist inside these crazy things.
She apparently thought the show concept was the wackiest thing I have ever seen.
Huh. I bet.
But she was hooked immediately, saw it as this huge creative challenge. And she's done big spectacle before, right? Wasn't she behind Katy Perry's Super Bowl Sharks?
The very same. Left Shark owes his existence partly to her. It shows she gets how to make something memorable, grand, even kind of funny for a massive audience. She clearly loves pushing those creative edges.
And you can feel that passion. She talks about wanting every costume to tell a story, evoke a feeling. It's not just foam and fabric to her.
No, she puts a lot of herself into it. That personal connection, that artistry, is what makes them more than just outfits. They become characters. It's this blend of high art, complex engineering, and understanding performance.
You mentioned engineering. She apparently corrected her mom once, who said a costume was so pretty. Marina was thinking, pretty? That took 6 weeks of carving.
Exactly. It highlights the sheer labor involved. These are wearable sculptures, really. Hours and hours of meticulous work go into every feather, every bead.
And viewers are starting to pick up on that more now, right? The details.
Yeah, I think so. People notice the intricate beading now, the special fabrics they develop, the textures. It's a real credit to her team's dedication. And they're always innovating, using 3D printing for masks, building in animatronics, creating unique surfaces. It's way beyond just sewing.
But they also have to work for someone singing and dancing, right? It's not just about looking amazing standing still.
Absolutely crucial. Functionality is key. That's why you hear about things like built-in fans. They need them. The physical toll on the performers inside is massive.
Yeah, we heard about the bear contestant.
Right. Needed 14 extra holes drilled in the head just to get enough air. Talking about panic attacks during rehearsals, heart rate spiking to 160, 170 BPM per song because it was so hot and hard to breathe.
That's terrifying.
It really is. It's not just singing. It's like an endurance sport in extreme conditions. They need staff waiting with fans and ice towels the second they step off stage.
Which explains that 20-minute rule.
Exactly. The rule about limiting time in costume, apparently it's borrowed directly from Disney's guidelines for their park characters, like Mickey Mouse.
No kidding.
Yeah, it just shows how intense it is even for short bursts. Performing in those things is a serious physical feat.
So who makes these masterpieces? It can't just be one person.
Oh, no way. Marina calls it a village. It takes a whole team of specialists. For the UK show, for instance, they average about 45 people per season just on costumes.
45 people.
Yep. Sculptors, tailors, people who do flocking that fuzzy texture painters, pattern cutters, foam experts, metal workers for structure, electronics wizards for lights and movement. It's a huge collaboration.
Walk us through the process. How does it go from idea to reality?
It starts with concept art, those cool sketches. Then it goes to mask makers, who sculpt the heads, often the most complex part. Then seamstresses build the bodies. Lots of different hands add details, rhinestones, paint, airbrushing.
And they often don't know who they're fitting it for, right?
Exactly. Because of the secrecy, they often use stand-ins, body doubles with similar measurements, for the initial fittings. Imagine tailoring an outfit for someone you've never met.
Crazy. And Marina emphasizes the storytelling aspect, too.
Yeah, she wants each character to have its own vibe, its own story, so the audience can connect and even build their own ideas about who it is. That means tons of research what the character means, finding unique fabrics, mixing history and modern looks.
Plus, hidden clues in the costumes sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Subtle visual hints about the celebrity inside. Adds another layer for the superfans to dig into.
Like the white tiger being this Egyptian god figure.
Right, projecting power. Or the night angel, a more edgy fashion take on an angel. And sometimes the audience runs with it in unexpected ways, like everyone deciding the thingamajig looked like an asparagus.
Ah, I remember that. It shows the designs really spark imagination.
They do. But the time frame to create all this, it's ridiculously tight, like 3 to 4 months maybe for design and build, and they're often working on 5 to 7 costumes at the same time.
That sounds impossible.
Marina called making like 60 to 90 costumes in just 4 days for reality TV a miracle. It's constant pressure. They might start sculpting ahead before they even know who the celeb is, so it's very stop-start sometimes.
And constantly trying new stuff.
Always. Pushing boundaries. 3D printing, animatronics, making custom furs, printing their own fabrics if they can't find the right thing. The kitty costume, for example, took ages just to get the feathers right, the weight, the color, plus all the beading. That pressure cooker environment, it forces incredible innovation.
It really does. It's amazing what they achieve. Okay, so we know how they're made. What's it actually like being the person inside? Let's talk performer experience.
Right, shifting from the creation to the reality of wearing it. Because we've touched on it, but the physical side deserves emphasis.
For sure. Performing in these things, heavy, hard to see out of, incredibly hot. It's not just singing. It's like running a marathon in a sauna while wearing a sculpture.
That's a pretty good analogy.
Yeah.
The bear contestant's story about near panic attacks, the soaring heart rate. It's a vivid picture of just how tough it is physically.
Yeah.
They're pushing their bodies to the limit under really extreme discomfort. That need for immediate cool-down assistance isn't an exaggeration. It's a necessity.
And that 20-minute Disney rule again, it just hammers home how demanding even a short performance is. It's amazing they can deliver vocally at all under that kind of stress.
It truly is. Which brings us to strategy. Because with all those challenges, performers can't just wing it. They have to be smart about how they approach it. It becomes a game.
The art of deception, right. It's not just about singing well, it's about singing well while confusing everyone.
Precisely. They're actively encouraged to disguise their singing voice. Try different genres they're not known for. Even put on accents sometimes. It's vocal camouflage.
Like that contestant who did everything from show tunes to Will Smith to Blur to country.
Exactly. And rapped with an American accent. All deliberately chosen to throw the judges off the scent, make them question everything, genre, background, even nationality. It turns it into this complex game of vocal chess. Every note is a potential move to mislead.
It definitely makes you listen differently, doesn't it? Trying to hear past the disguise.
Yeah, and the song selection itself is collaborative. Celebs suggest songs, but producers work with them. They pick things that fit the disguised voice, but also fit the weekly themes. You know, Vegas night, Muppet night.
And the themes can be clues, too.
Sometimes, yeah. Plus, just mention that. It's another layer. So it's balancing what the singer wants, what works for the show's story, and what fits the clue package.
It's guided, but they have input. Like the person offered washing machine before landing on Shakespearean bear.
Right. It shows there's a back and forth in crafting that whole persona. And crucially, they get top-tier vocal coaching.
To help them sound good even while hiding.
Yep. Proper warm-ups, adjusting song keys to suit their voice, even the disguised version. It helps everyone, whether they're a pro singer or an athlete who's never sung publicly, deliver a strong performance. Boosts the show's quality.
Which leads us to the competitive side, and maybe the slightly murkier side, the whole is it rigged debate that always pops up online.
Ah, yes, the elephant in the room. Because while it looks like a simple singing competition, the eliminations, well, they're often influenced by more than just the vocals or the audience. Vote that night.
Like what?
Things like celebrity schedules, maybe someone can only film for 3 weeks, their overall fame level, do they want to keep a big name longer? And yeah, sometimes it's about managing egos, keeping stars happy.
Okay, that's where it gets juicy. The bear contestant, again, his story about Macy Gray.
Right. He was convinced she got booted early because the judges clearly knew who she was, whereas he was still a mystery, so he stayed longer.
And Macy Gray was reportedly furious, stormed off set.
That's what he claimed, yeah.
Huh.
Said she was fuming and had to be persuaded to come back for the unmasking bit. Whether it's entirely true or not, that kind of story definitely fuels the fan theories about predetermined outcomes. It suggests this blend of real competition and, well, strategic production choices.
It makes sense from a TV production standpoint, wanting to keep the mystery going, keep big names around, but it definitely complicates the competition aspect.
Absolutely. And those backstage realities shape everything, including how you at home experience the show. Which brings us to the production itself, the judging, the audience, the final layers.
Okay, the judges. This is a big one for conspiracy theorists online, isn't it? The idea that they know, or are at least heavily hinted, who's under the mask.
It's a very persistent theory. People suggest the judges tailor their guesses to flatter the celebs, or that someone like Jenny McCarthy suddenly pulls the right name out of thin air at the last second after making wild guesses all night.
Yeah, I've seen people say that, like it's all part of the performance.
The perception is that it might be choreographed for maximum drama. And think about it, if a celeb felt a judge knew all along and was just playing dumb, that could feel a bit tough-eye.
For sure. And Jenny often gets called out specifically, fans saying she plays the game terribly, pretending not to know, or that she seems like she wants everyone to think she's the smartest one in the room.
It's fascinating how viewers read into their behavior. Now, the official line from Craig Plessis is firm. Judges hear the voices for the first time live on stage. He insists it keeps their reactions honest and fresh.
But some sources mention folders with possible guesses.
Right, there are conflicting bits of info. Maybe they get some guidance, a list of potentials to jog their memory, but maybe not the definitive answer. It's that gray area between genuine reaction and producing good TV. Keeping judges totally clueless would be almost as hard as keeping the contestants secret.
True. Okay, regardless of the judges, the clues themselves are key. How do they come up with those?
There's a dedicated clue producer team. They do really deep interviews with the celebs, digging way past the obvious Wikipedia stuff, looking for weird hobbies, obscure childhood stories, inside jokes, things only real fans or family might catch.
So they're trying to be clever, not just obvious.
Exactly. Then they weave these nuggets into the visual clue packages, the things the masked singer says. And here's a cool detail. The contestants narrate their own clues, but the voice distortion, They use different techniques every season
Why?
to stay ahead of the online sleuths. People get really good at analyzing audio, trying to undo the modulation. So the show keeps changing it up. It's this constant cat and mouse game with the super dedicated fans.
That's commitment. And sometimes it's not even the official clues, right? Like Mo Gilligan on the UK show guessing based on how someone stands.
Yeah, he's brilliant at that. Picking up on tiny mannerisms, posture, things that are subconscious tells, even when the voice is hidden. It shows how much we give away without realizing it. Adds another cool layer to the guessing game.
Definitely. So the clues are complex. What about the audience? Their role, the voting, does it actually decide who goes home?
Well, this ties back to the rigged debate. The general consensus and hints from insiders suggest the final elimination order isn't purely down to the studio audience vote. Several reasons. As we said, celebrity schedules and fame levels play a big part. Bringing in wildcards might be planned because someone has to leave early. Reddit threads are full of theories like less famous people go first or legends get carried further out of respect, even if their singing isn't top-notch that week.
So the voting is more for show.
It might be more influential in early rounds, but even then, one contestant pointed out the audience is often full of kids who just vote for the coolest costume or a song they recognize.
Right.
Plus, it's a different audience every taping night. There's no consistent judging body there. So, while there is voting, it seems like production has a significant hand in guiding the final outcome to fit the overall season plan and, well, keep things entertaining.
And the live-taking experience itself isn't quite what we see on TV, is it?
Not entirely. Early rounds are pre-taped, sometimes weeks before airing. And for the big reveal, the unmasking, most of the studio audience is actually asked to leave.
Get out.
Yeah. Only about 30 people or so stay behind to see the face. Then they edit the performance part with the big crowd and the reveal part with a small crowd together seamlessly. You'd never know watching at home. And those 30 people, strict NDAs, of course.
Wow. And the crowd reactions we do see, sometimes they feel a bit much.
Huh. Yeah, some people describe them as hilariously cringe or terribly fake. It suggests they might be coached or prompted to give big reactions, again, to create that exciting TV energy. It's all part of the crafted illusion.
But the singing is live, right? No lip syncing.
That's one thing Plessis is adamant about. Despite some fan theories about lip syncing or even stand-ins, he states clearly, no one is allowed to pre-record anything. Contestants must sing live for every performance.
Yeah.
What you hear is them live in that moment.
Okay, good to know. And finally, the ultimate security blanket, no phones allowed.
None. For anyone on set, judges, audience, crew, phones are confiscated. Security watches like hawks for anyone trying to sneak a picture. It's the final wall against spoilers leaking out in our totally connected world.
It's just layer upon layer upon layer of control. And yet, the show is still massively popular. That core magic holds strong.
It really does. Which says something fascinating, I think.
So let's wrap this up. We have really peeled back the curtain today, haven't we? We dove into that intense secrecy, the government facility vibe, the uncomfortable reality of those backstage disguises. And then the flip side, the incredible artistry, the engineering, the sheer craft that goes into making those stunning costumes. It's quite the contrast.
It is. And we explored the performer's side, too, the physical struggle inside the suits, the clever strategies they use to trick us, and that blurry line between a real competition and, well, carefully produced entertainment. It's all designed, every bit of it, to keep you guessing, keep you hooked.
Hopefully after listening today, you have a much deeper appreciation for the sheer scale of this operation, the logistics, the creativity.
Yeah.
It really is a masterclass in making modern TV magic, balancing talent, mystery, and pure spectacle.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Considering all of this, the intense secrecy, the misdirection, the artistry, the production management, what does it tell us about ourselves? About our need, maybe, for mystery and transformation in a world where almost nothing is secret anymore? Is the real magic just in not knowing? Or is it maybe even more powerful knowing the incredible, almost absurd lengths they go to protect that secret, to preserve that moment of reveal?
Something to definitely think about next time you're watching, maybe looking a little closer at the clues, the costumes, and maybe even the judges' faces. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.